morning once again, good afternoon, good evening. This is still the BoomBar. Apologies for going off air. We had a bit of technical issues due to a fault of mine, actually. More of me than technical. Maybe I am technical. Or lack of. Anyhow, big apologies to you guys who were listening and watching us out there on Facebook and on YouTube. We're back now. We have a whole lot more to talk about. We'll be taking it from the top again. We are talking about the topical issues majorly in Nigeria and around the world, but we start with the Nigerian stories and we gravitate globally and bring you some sports and entertainment stories also. So for 1 hour, this is what we do every weekday. It's called the BoomBar. We have drinks, we have gist, and of course, we have you guys out there.
Okay, so let's get right into it. Before that break, we were talking about the late. Oh wow, it's not the late Governor Akeredolu. It's interesting of a few things that we're talking about things, his achievements as governor. I think it's okay to actually say that it wasn't all bad. It wasn't all bad after all. And we're going right into still talking about his who he is as a person. I think that where I was on the matter of what him being in the political scene. But before we get to that, let's maybe do a little bit of rundown of the things of how he became governor or his career. Let's put it like that. We know that he's a lawyer. That's basically what he is. So as far back as 1985, the former governor or the late governor of Ondo State was the secretary of the Nigeria Bar Association Ibadan branch. From 1985 up until date, he is a member of the National Executive Council of the NBA. Then, between 1988 and 1989, he became the National Publicity Secretary of the NBA. As between 1992 and 1994, he became the Vice Chairman of the NBA Ibadan branch. In 1998, he became a Senior Advocate of Nigeria. So he's been, there for a while. Between 1997 and 1999, he became a member of the Council of the Legal Education. Between 1997 and the same 1999, he was the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice in Ondo State. Moving to 2005 to 2006, he became the Chairman of the Legal Aid Council. 2008 to 2010, he was a member of Council Pan-African Lawyers Union. Between 2008 and 2010, he became a member of the Council of the International Bar Association. Between 2008 and 2010 also was when he became the president of the NBA. Between 2010 and 2012, he became a member of the Nigeria Judicial Council. 2014, in 2014, he became the APC interim chairman. And then between that and then by the time it was 2017, he became the governor of Ondo State up until this morning, if I'm correct. Yeah, up until this morning. He got his law degree from the Obafemi Awolowo University as his bachelor's degree. Went to law school in 1978. He's a co-founder of Olujimi and Akeredolu law firm. And he's 67 years old. Or he was 67 years old.
Yeah, that's a brief run through, but quite detailed actually of the times of the former governor of Ondo State. It will take a bit of getting used to. Sadly, the late Rotimi Akeredolu. Every time I say that name, there's a compound name that comes to my mind. Another Akeredolu. But thank God he's fine.
So now, let's move on to a bit of controversy around the governor's death. Now, first things first, I wanted us to address the fact that if we cast our mind back to this kind of thing happened in Nigeria before, in when the former president Umar Yar'Adua was ill as president, and he kept on being ill back and forth until he died when he was still as president. Now, people are going back because as of last week there was this conversation around how incidentally around that time, this former governor or this late governor was very, very vocal about the issues then. Pretty vocal. And he had a lot of things to say about how the then president should step down and take care of himself and all that. And you're not wondering, like, why are you not taking your own advice? Because we all know the drama that happened, especially with his deputy governor, this current deputy governor or the acting governor, who's now going to be the governor, about transmitting power and how he had to come back to Nigeria. And, you know, I actually feel that him coming back to Nigeria was because he didn't want to transmit power. It was obvious he wasn't well. Now, there's a conversation of him not stepping down. Would we
gives you this